Okay, we gotta read the whole study here. This is like pretty big news if this is a good study. What's up? I'm Dr. B, and this is one of the things that I do on a regular basis. I scour the internet for all the news and media that's going on. Long-term safety and efficacy of hyaluronic acid filler for treating persistent horizontal neckline. This is like pretty big news if this is a good study. So these are those lines that go from side to side. That's the horizontal ones. Those are the tech neck that everybody's screaming and yelling about all the time. And everyone wants us to think that's from looking down at our phones all the time. I'm sure that plays a role, but there's probably a lot more things that add up into this. It's always multifactorial. There's a 1-year data on the longevity and safety of hyaluronic acid filler for static, that means it doesn't go away, horizontal neck lines, published in December of 2023 in an issue of Dermatologic Surgery. So let's take a quick peek here. It doesn't look like the N or the power of the study was exceptionally high. It says there were a total of 26 participants who signed up for the research study. I mean, 26 patients, not really great. 26 subjects with 52 neck halves, okay, using randomized computer-generated sequencing to receive Restylane Refine, which is a very thin, nice product from Galderma. 20 people got that. 6 people got saline, cannula on one side and a needle on the other. Subjects received 1 cc on each side of the neck, good amount of product. So the 27 gauge cannula with approximately 0.05 cc aliquots, that doesn't really make sense to me. It's not easy to be like, oh, I'm putting aliquot when I'm using a cannula. I think of that more with a needle. I think that this doesn't make sense to be putting raw, straight hyaluronic acid into necklines. Something, especially like Restylane Refine, it's a fairly thick product if you've ever played with it. I would probably recommend doing something that I learned from Dr. Subio through social media, which is champagning the product, which is to add saline to the product ahead of time to thin it out a little bit. And I call this massaging the filler to make it a little bit more forgivable when you're injecting it. And you can spread it out much further, because I do think that most of the straight HAs are probably too viscous to be injecting in those areas, whereas something maybe like a Skin Vive, which Allergan came out with and is FDA'd for the cheek, for the skin glow, would make more sense in the necklines. And we have had some patients that have tried this and they have loved it. So I would probably jump to either that or champagning one of these thicker fillers. Oh, there's some good photos here. Let's see. Day 0. Okay, yeah, she's got some necklines. They're not that bad. All right, this is day 60. What do we think? I think it's improved. I don't think it's drastic, but I think it's improved for sure. This is day 360, not bad. Let's see another one. Day 0. See, this one is a more classic wrinkle that patients complain about. Let's look at day 60. It's a lot better, honestly, for 60 days out. That looks great. And this is day 360. I mean, I think there's definitely improvement there, and it's probably worth doing. Really interesting. I would still say to change up the product and the technique you're using to do this, and I would also use multiple modalities to treat this area. I think adding in laser resurfacing on that area, whether it's something that is non-ablative, fractionated laser like LaserMD that we have at the Plump offices, or something a bit more intense like a CO2. Adding modalities and having upkeep with those modalities is very important. I also think that I personally would add in Botox into this treatment, because it will help with some of the tension in those muscle groups that are creating some of those wrinkles. It will also end up treating the neck bands as well. This is really, really good. I would incorporate this into my practice, but probably more along the lines of using a Skin Vive at this point in time. I would consider using a thicker dermal filler, like I said before, and champagning it.